We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had.
Good morning, guys. It is Monday, July 11th, and I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get done today, so I figured I would take you guys along with me. I made a to-do list last night. This is the stuff I am trying to accomplish today. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all done. It's already like 12 p.m., but we're gonna try. So I wanna clean and refresh my downstairs. I took down all of our 4th of July decor, so there's a ton of bare spaces around the kitchen and the living room, so I kind of want to just fill those in with some summer decor. I have a bunch of laundry that I need to do, like 3 or 4 baskets of laundry to fold. I have no problem throwing it in, but when it comes to folding it, forget it. It'll sit there forever. And it's mostly my stuff. I always fold the kids' stuff right away, but my stuff will sit there for like 2 to 3 weeks, no joke. I also need to run to Hobby Lobby. I want to get a new framed art piece for the living room. I took down that wood American flag that I had up on the shelf, so there's a big blank space that I need to fill in. I want to bake brownies for the kids. I'm going to make yogurt bark for myself if you guys haven't had it. It's so simple and amazing. I suggest you try it. I'm going to show you guys how I make mine. It literally takes a couple minutes. It's so easy. I'm gonna cut up some veggies for a salad mix. I like to have salads for lunch during the day or for the week, I should say. So I wanna cut up veggies for that and just have them all ready to go. I'm gonna make dinner for tonight, which is stuffed peppers with a side of shishito peppers. And then I also wanna stop at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. I really want a daily planner. I feel like I just work better when I'm in a routine and have everything planned out. So we're gonna try that. The house has just been chaotic and such a mess since summer started. So I'm hoping this will organize my life a little bit better. And then I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm a little late in the game, but I don't have TikTok, but I saw on like my Instagram, I think it was, that Chloe bag that's like $1,200. There's a Steve Madden dupe for it for $25 that people have bought at TJ Maxx and Marshall. So we're gonna go check it out. These aren't far from my house, so I wanna go see if they have it. I love having tote bags for, when we go out with the kids. My 3-year-old likes to bring monster trucks everywhere we go, so I always have to have like a large tote with me, like for snacks and all that kind of stuff. So I really like the look of this one, and I just feel like it's so classic and you could just use it forever. So I'm gonna go see if they have it. I don't know, fingers crossed. Here we are at Hobby Lobby, and the first thing I see when I walk in is the 75% off sign for all of the 4th of July stuff that's left over. So, of course, I had to grab a few items. Since I already own the flag banner and the star garland and love them, I decided to get one more of each and then just grab the USA balloon to use for next year's July 4th barbecue. I didn't want to spend a lot on framed artwork since I know I'll be taking it all down in a little over a month to decorate for fall. I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's crazy how fast the summer is flying by and the kids are almost back to school, at least where I live. So my options were either the 75% off items or the spring decor art that was 50% off. I love the colors on this barn print, but it was a bit too farmhouse for me. I also really like this daisy print, but this lemon tree print was the one that I ended up going with. The colors match perfectly with the summer decor that I have throughout my home, and it was only $7.49, which made me very happy.
But I need this night for the last time.
Now on to Marshall's to begin my search for the Steve Madden dupe. I scanned the purse section pretty quick and unfortunately didn't see it. What did catch my eye was this Mickey Mouse backpack. We are going to Disneyland for their Halloween party in September, so I thought this might be cute for that trip. And then I saw these Steve Madden pink weekender bags. I'm a sucker for that blush pink color. If we traveled like we did before kids, I probably would have bought one, but now we only travel like once or twice a year. Plus, I'd rather spend the money on food or clothes for the kids because priorities change when you become a parent.
Marshall's always has a good selection of planners, notebooks, and notepads. It also helps that they have pretty covers on them.
Okay if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
I did end up finding this pink one. I really like the layout on each page, and it only costs $9.99. And why not pick out some pretty pens to go with it?
No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay.
My last stop was at TJ Maxx. The first thing I saw when I walked in was this faux leather weekender bag. I don't know, maybe the universe wants my husband and I to go on a trip alone without the kids, but I thought this would be great for guys. It was such a nice bag.
To last, but all the fun times we had, I'll never forget. We will always share a bond, no matter what, 'cause you have a piece.
And once again, I didn't find that Steve Madden dupe, but I really like these Michael Kors totes. If that pink bag had more of like a wide messenger bag strap on it, I think I would have pulled the trigger on that one. My birthday is July 18th, which is the day this video will be uploaded. Now looking back, I'm thinking birthday present to myself. So now that we're home from shopping, I'm gonna clean up the house a little bit, starting with the living room. And you guys, this room is never this clean. The only reason it is because my kids were at their grandparents that day, so they didn't have enough time to destroy the living room yet. So my 3-year-old is going through that phase where he has to do everything by himself. So when he wants to eat something, he has to dump it out on the table. Like I can't put it on a plate, can't put it in a bowl. It has to be all over the table, which is why I'm vacuuming because there's crumbs everywhere every day. So that's fun. And then there's normally like 100 monster trucks thrown all over the floor. You can barely see the rug. I'm not even kidding. If I can capture it one day, I will show you guys, which shouldn't be hard because it's like almost every single day. But it's toddler life for you.
And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
I picked up this little planner at Target this week. It was on clearance for $10. You guys have to go if you haven't been. There's still a bunch of stuff on sale and on clearance. Just look for that little yellow sticker. So for the table, I'm just decorating it with a basket that I picked up at Walmart, just like a little plant from Home Goods, a bunch of my decorating books, and then those little wood beads that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. For the floating shelves, I'm just going to clean those up a little bit. I'm keeping everything pretty much the same, just adding in that artwork piece that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, plus a few other items that I've had laying around the house that I've used before.
But I'll be okay if you stay, stay. If you stay, if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up, yeah, for a little moment. Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up, yeah, for a little moment. Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. We watch the sun go down over the same old town. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay.
There's not much to clean up in the dining room. As you can see, it's pretty clean. I just always end up throwing bags on the table when I come home from shopping. But yeah, I normally just have to like wash the table and then clean off the buffet table and the shelves behind me. The one area in our home that gets cluttered the most and the fastest is right there on the right-hand side. If you can see at the bottom of the stairs, that's not even half of the mess. So That's where everything pretty much goes. If I don't know where to put it in the moment, I just throw it on the stairs. That was Kellen, by the way. Like I said before, he has to do everything by himself. So when he sees mommy cleaning, he has to do it too. If you guys are wondering, that no phone zone sign is from Hobby Lobby, and the little brass clock is a thrift score from Savers.
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by herself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I live most of my life in the kitchen. I clean it like 5 times a day, and it's still messy, but what are you gonna do? So I'm gonna take a little bit of time and try to clean up this mess, and then we'll move on to making dinner and dessert. I bet you guys can't guess where I'm moving all of that stuff to. You guessed it, the bottom of the stairs.
That you had the time of your life. Had we met before?
I'm sitting here looking at the footage and noticing our lanterns that are hanging above the kitchen island. I really want to switch those out for something softer, maybe like a light champagne or brass color. I don't know. How do I convince my husband to get new ones?
Was so glad you came. Had we met before, laugh innocently, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, of fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. We were making our way through the town, yeah. Never really wanted the night to end. And I was wishing you'd stick around. Still, I was thinking that we were just friends. Had we met before, instant chemistry. Was so glad you came. Had we met before, laugh innocently, but it didn't.
You guys, I'm so proud of myself. Those two little houseplants I've kept alive for over a month now. Makes me want to get more.
Didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, of fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. It felt like coming home. Had we met before?
You guys see that? There's proof right there. Mom's cleaning up, so let's make a mess. I'm telling you guys, there's monster trucks everywhere you turn.
Instant chemistry.
It's finally time to make dinner. At this point, I was starving. It was like 5:30. We're having stuffed peppers with a side of shishito peppers for dinner. So the first thing I'm going to do is just clean out the red and yellow peppers, and then I'll rinse off the shishito peppers in the sink.
To realize that you were the missing piece. It didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, of fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home.
I have my oven set on bake at 350. So first thing we're going to do is just put a little bit of oil into the bottom of a baking dish, and we're going to stick those peppers in the oven just to soften them a bit.
I was the girl all alone
Next up, we're going to make the filling for the peppers. So I just use ground turkey and roasted chili peppers. I have ketchup and hot sauce, and then we're going to throw in some taco seasoning. I like all of my stuff very rich in flavor and pretty spicy, so I don't have exact measurements. So just put in whatever you prefer, but I always kind of overdo all of the spices. I don't remember where I got the idea of using ketchup in my taco meat, but I've always done it that way, and I just like the flavor that it gives. Even though like the one that I use doesn't have any sugar in it, it still gives it like a sweeter kind of flavor, and then it also gives the meat like more of like a creamy texture. And then I just use a potato masher just to kind of mix it all together until everything is nice and brown and cooked.
We had a bad romance, but baby, you keep stealing dances. Keep cutting in like you own me, then suddenly throw me away. You say we never had a chance.
While the meat is browning, we're going to get started on the shishito peppers. I'm just going to add those to a hot pan with a little bit of avocado oil, and then we're just going to get those nice and softened and charred. I'll then add a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I'm going to use the gyoza sauce from Trader Joe's. I really like the flavor of this, so I'm just going to add about probably like a quarter of a cup total to that, and then we're just going to let it caramelize.
You keep throwing me these glances, looking
Before I take the peppers off of the heat, I add about a tablespoon of garlic. I told you I like flavor, so I always add a lot of garlic. So we'll let that cook for about 3 minutes and then they're done. Now that the peppers are softened and out of the oven, we're going to stuff those with the taco meat, and then you'll see I'm going to top each one with some shredded cheese. I use sharp cheddar and the Mexican blend, and then we're going to throw them back in the oven just for a few minutes until the cheese is melted and bubbly.
right now, but just like lightning, you're gone. Yeah, you're gone. You're waiting around to go out with somebody. Anyone but me. You act like you want me, then suddenly drop me. For anyone but me. Anyone but me. Oh, you say that we were doomed to fail, but you still ask me what's the room I stay in. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably give you my plastic key card. You're waiting around to go out with somebody. Anyone but me. You act like you want me, then suddenly drop me. For anyone, I've thought about giving up, but then you show up and tell me that you've been confused and that you're sorry for hurting me. Then you change your mind back again. You're waiting around to go out with somebody. Anyone but
And there you have it. I just serve it with a side of plain Greek yogurt, and it's one of our favorite meals.
me. You act like you want me, then suddenly.
Per the request of my son Alex, we are going to make brownies today. He's been begging me for about a week to make brownies. I just made them like 2 weeks ago, but he's on a brownie kick. So we're going to make those today. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a box of Annie's brownie mix. Let's get that whipped up, and then we'll move on to my favorite dessert of the moment.
Yeah, you draw me, yeah. Waiting around to go out with somebody. Anyone but me. You act like you want me, then suddenly drop me. For anyone but me. For anyone but me. Oh.
As I was saying before, this has become one of my favorite desserts or snacks. It's so simple, anybody can do it. So I'm just going to take some Greek yogurt, strawberries, and chocolate chips. I'm using the Too Good Greek yogurt in the vanilla flavor, and we're just going to spread that on a piece of wax paper on a sheet pan, and just make sure you spread it really, really thin. Otherwise, it's going to be too thick to like break apart like bark. So that's what you want. You want like thin pieces. So we're just going to spread that on all the way to the corners, make sure it's nice and thin. I'll then cut up a few fresh strawberries. You can use whatever fruit that you want, but this is just what I prefer.
Are we, baby? The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives.
And then I'll just sprinkle some chocolate chips around as evenly as I can. I normally use the unsweetened chocolate chips, but I didn't have any, so this is what I'm working with today. Once I slice up the strawberries and place them on the yogurt, I kind of just go around with my hand and flatten everything down to make sure that it's sticking in the yogurt.
Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives.
Just pop that sheet pan in a freezer for a good 2 to 3 hours and it'll be ready to eat. After all of that time preparing dinner and dessert, it is time to clean up. But my best advice I can give you, and I've always done this, is while I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. So you can see there's not much of a mess, and it took me like maybe 20 minutes to clean up the whole kitchen. Some of you might be wondering why my husband or kids are not helping me clean up in the kitchen. Honestly, I prefer that everybody just stay out of my way. I get things done a lot faster that way.
The sun sets on fire. Tell me your desires. We're not getting tired. Baby, take me higher. I'm Sunday in love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want me, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. You love me right. If you love me right,
We are now almost at the end of the video, and if you guys remember my list from earlier, I obviously didn't get everything completed. I didn't get the laundry done, I didn't chop up any vegetables, but that's life. That's what happens when you're a stay-at-home mom and you have kids. You just don't get your list completed every day, and that's okay, which is why I titled this video Realistic Get It All Done. It just doesn't happen, and we have to remember that it's okay, there's always tomorrow, and life goes on.
this could be the summer of our lives now.
The brownies are finally done out of the oven, so we're gonna get those cut up into squares. But first, I'm gonna throw away these cupcakes. They're not even that old, they're from like a few days before. The icing was so disgusting. It was that Birch Benders vanilla organic icing. The flavor was just awful, so I won't be buying that again.
Like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night.
The yogurt bark is ready and out of the freezer, so I'm just going to use my hands to break it up into a bunch of different size pieces. Okay guys, well that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for the day. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one.